Lux fidelis inter omnes.
Several years ago, I had to travel by plane to lead a weekend retreat. For some reason that I cannot explain, I felt really heavy-hearted as we landed and I walked through the airport. I felt that God was distant. I also felt a bit tired, so I decided to have a coffee. As I went to pick up my cup at the counter, the barista asked me, "Are you a priest?" So I said, "Yes, I'm a priest." And as he gave me my coffee, he said, "Be strong and steadfast. Do not fear nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." I later checked, and it was from Joshua chapter 1. I could not believe my ears. So I thanked him for his words, and I went on my way. I still felt heavy-hearted, but I knew God was with me, and he had made it clear through those words. Now I had to continue doing what I was doing while carrying my small spiritual cross. But knowing that God was with me, that he was happy to see me moving forward, was a great consolation. This Sunday's Gospel tells us the story of how one day, while our Lord walked across Samaria, he sat next to a well around midday. He was tired and thirsty. He stopped right there and then, because he knew the Samaritan woman would come soon, and he wanted to speak to her. I would like to reflect on two details that St. John offers to us, which are of importance. First of all, the Gospel says that Jesus, tired from his journey, sat down at the well. Jesus is true God and true man. As man, he experienced emotions like joy, complete loneliness, sadness, and also suffered pain, and sometimes a terrible amount of pain. He suffered hunger, the heat of the day. In a word, he chose to share all the same things that we as human beings typically go through. So we should know that whatever we are suffering, our Lord knows exactly how it feels to be in that situation. When you're in any kind of pain, remember, Jesus knows what it feels like, and in that sense, he is close to you. And there's a second detail that we see in the Gospel, a very powerful one, if we delve into it. We also read, "A woman of Samaria came to draw water, and Jesus said to her, 'Give me a drink.'" Know that it is our Lord who sits at the well and waits for the woman to come. And then he takes the initiative to ask for water. So it is Jesus who seeks her out and even seems to need her help. In this gospel, the Samaritan woman is a symbol of every one of us, individually and collectively. We are represented in that woman who Jesus seeks out. The mystery here is that Jesus reaches out to us. He always reaches out to you. He's always seeking you out. It's almost as though he needed you. He's always close to you, and he always reaches out to you. He never leaves you alone. So if you ever feel or think that God has abandoned you, try to remind yourself, no, that is not possible. I would say more. That thought of thinking that God is away from you is a temptation. God is always close to you. In fact, you exist right now because he wants you to exist. And that is a reminder that our Lord is with you and gives you your being. As St. Augustine said, and I'm paraphrasing here, he is close to us, he is closer to us than our own interiority. So to conclude, just as Jesus purposely stopped at the well in order to speak with this woman and give her his grace, symbolized in the living water, so too Jesus is close to you and constantly reaches out to you, to speak to you, and to give you his divine grace.
Fronde flore